one of the most important things we do on the pool team. I cannot express how many dragons we've won or lost by having or not having secondary and securing that before we even try to make the jump. So Shadow's going to be walking us through today how he sets that up, and first things first is how Shadow gets through the north door without getting Wyvern aggro. So Shadow, why don't you explain to us what you're going to do?
Yep, it's pretty simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my robe on and off, or my shield, and I'm going to, what that does is it drops your mana a little bit so you can watch that server tick. When your mana increases by 1, I'm going to run in there and immediately strafe to the right to get out of line of sight as quickly as possible, and I'm going to watch the door to make sure I didn't trigger the wyverns. So let's wait for that server tick. Alright, I kind of went really quick because as soon as I said that, the server tick went, and I'm good. So Konda's going to sneak on by, and he should be good. And you'll notice, you'll notice as I stayed here and watched that door in third person. If you don't sit here and wait like a good 3 Mississippis, you have a chance of training people.
And would you say training people with wyverns is a bad thing, Shadow?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
concedes.
Yes, it is. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of run all the way up the top of Bishop Ramp, and this is where we position ourselves. And so what we're going to be doing here is essentially when a mob spawns, whether it's, we're not really going to be doing this for like an Arianar or a Veshlak or a Dagarn, but if it is like, say for example like a Twins, a Lady Nevidaria, a Jorliag, triplets, perhaps a Vulak under the right circumstances, what we're going to be trying to do here is immediately run up on the spawn and try to get a pet setup. And the point here is Shadow's trying to get a pet way further into north than what his physical character is going to be, because what he's going to then try to do is try to get aggro on himself via his pet with significant distance between him and the train, so that he'll have secondary and have distance between it, right? So the goal is to not die, extend to the FTE, and be well out front.
Yep, exactly. 2 things about it is depending on which side of the zone you need to go on. On the right side, you do not want to go any further past Dagarn's cubby, and then on the left side of the zone, you don't want to go anywhere further than Viam's pit. Those are your leashing points. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to cast my pet. This is the level 49 warrior pet. It's the tankiest one without a Peridot, and then I'm going to cast Sightgraft, and then I'm going to Feign Death, and then I'm going to duel Konda.
Someone has challenged you to a duel to the death.
From there, I'm already going to have set up my macros on my keyboard. I have it as 2 and 3. Number 2 is going to be pet attack, and then number 3 is going to be pet stop. And now the pet stop button is kind of unique because you have to have your pet guard and your pet back. Konda's going to pull it up right now and show us what it looks like.
Light it up.
Alright, so once you have your pet stop and your pet attack macro and you duel, you're pretty much good to move your pet around. Another quick tip about it is to make sure you do Shift T, and that's going to allow you to swing your camera around third person because your pet kind of warps all over the place and it makes it hard. But when you're in that loopy third person, it's very smooth.
Ooh, now actually, I'm going to call an audible here and kind of show something that makes life a little easier. So, Shift T can be Shift T, or it's this toggle title window. You see, I've got mine set to V because I like to use it when I'm FTing to be able to see behind me. So it is, you can make it to where it's a very easy macro or very easy key bound right next to your WASD. All right, so I'm gonna go up here and we're gonna help Shadow move his pet into area pit. can see I'm basically waiting for everything to reset. I'm not trying to do anything crazy right now. I'm just taking it slow, trying to get the pet up. Typically, there's always time to do something like this. It might be under certain circumstances, you might have to race it, but really, more often than not, you do have the opportunity to do this the right way.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to keep my pet back. I'm trying to not get too close to Conda, because if you get into melee range, you're going to kill him, because it breaks the feign death. Another thing you want to watch out for is when he does feign death, your pet kind of like stops following him, so you have to hit attack twice. And you got to be careful with that, because you don't want to accidentally punch him. So like right here, I'm at the base of the steps. I want to wait till Conda gets to the top, just to make sure that I don't accidentally hurt him. And then I stopped right there. I'm going to just do it one more time to get a little closer, and then that's going to be good enough. Now I can target near Tan, and then I'll go right past Conda. From here, depending on which side of the zone I need to be on, I'll follow a pather going towards the left, or I'll follow a pather going towards the right, following the same premise.
Awesome. And really, that's all there is to it. Get your skeleton, your pet moved. As an FTEer, it's worth saying that once the pet's in place and you know where it's at, you always want to have good communication with your FTEer and your necro to know where the pet's going to be. But it's a damn pet. You'll see it when you're running by it. And when that happens, you want to make sure that you don't run the dragon right next to it, stand next to it, and get it AE'd and killed. You want to get it close, communicate that the dragon's close, and that the necro is safe to send their pet in. And at that point, they'll stand, they'll slash pet attack, and aggro should be transferred, and at that point, you've got secondary. Anything I missed, Shadow?
No, but one thing I did this is when you watch this video, notice where I cast my pet and where I feign death. That spot is specific because sometimes people try to make the jump and there'll be KOS mobs really, really close by, and when you stand up after hitting the dragon with your sightcraft, you won't see those dragons right in front of you, but you'll be out of line of sight, so you'll be good and safe.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Shadow, for helping teach the rest of the guild how to do Necro Pet Secondary. If you have a Necro or are a main Necro, I hope you watch this and can step up, because this is very, very helpful to securing dragons. Thanks, everybody, for your time.